Hello and welcome to the Street Crime UK YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Today we look at a 5-man robbery marked with gratuitous violence which led to the untimely death of a teenager just moments later. Karnveer Singh Purewal fled from the scene of the savage robbery at Barr Beacon Nature Reserve as victim Shaun Field lay battered and bruised on the ground. Reaching speeds of up to 60 miles per hour, the 19-year-old weaved in and out of traffic as he attempted to make a quick getaway on Mr. Field's stolen motorbike. But within minutes, he was flung high into the air as he smashed the speeding motorcycle into the bonnet of an almost stationary oncoming Ford Mondeo in Great Barr. His injuries were so severe he died instantly and was quickly declared dead by paramedics who rushed to the scene after victim Mr. Field raised the alarm. The events leading up to the senseless loss of life were devastating for Mr. Field, who was repeatedly kicked, punched and stamped on by 3 or 4 of the men during the robbery. The victim had ridden the popular nature reserve on his bike to relax before heading home for dinner. He had been there for about 30 or 40 minutes and was leaving at its Beacon Way exit at about 7:40 PM when he spotted a grey Ford Fiesta. Men inside the car parked to try and block him in a single track path, but he was attacked from all angles as he tried to get past, Birmingham Crown Court was told. He recalled seeing his motorbike being driven off by one of the men. Giving evidence, he said, "I got on my bike and headed back shortly before 8 PM. I was riding around 7 miles per hour. I saw a grey Ford Fiesta park up and I saw one of the men in the car was wearing a balaclava. I felt quite intimidated. I could see the person was Asian, looking at the holes in the balaclava around the eyes. One man then came to my side and knocked me off my bike, and another grabbed my motorbike helmet, pinning my head to the floor. I could feel the blows to my legs and top half of my body, which I believed were from kicks. There were 3 guys around me, one on the motorbike and one in the car. The bike had been dragged from me and I could hear it being revved loudly." Mr. Field flagged down a passing motorist driving a Mazda and they headed in the direction of the motorbike but soon came across the crash scene. He said, "I saw my motorbike on the floor and a man on the floor. A person was carrying out CPR on him. I then called 999 and asked for police." An inquest into Mr. Purewal's death revealed he failed to brake as he approached the junction between Beacon Road and Wimperis Way. Toxicologists found evidence of cannabis in his blood and urine, but could not determine exactly when he had taken the drugs. Witnesses claimed the rider, who was not wearing a helmet, drove at speeds reaching 60 miles per hour in the 30 mile per hour zone, Black Country Coroner's Court heard. He lay motionless, covered in blood, after spiralling from the stolen motorbike when he careered into the bonnet of a white Ford Mondeo. Post-mortem revealed Mr. Purewal of Copthall Road, Handsworth, suffered multiple skull fractures and died of fatal head injuries sustained from the crash. Coroner Joanne Lees concluded Mr. Purewal died as a result of road traffic collision at the inquest. She said, "I'm satisfied from what I have heard from that the Ford Mondeo was on the correct side of the road and all the evidence suggests that it was almost stationary at the time of the collision." 3 men have since been jailed for their part in the violent assault. Arun Dewewal, Karnveer Lal and Inderjot Singh were jailed. Mr. Lal, 21, of Amberley Green, Great Barr, denied robbery but was convicted following a trial and jailed for 3.5 years. He was branded cold and heartless for leaving the scene, with the judge telling him, "Victim Mr. Field showed more concern for a man who had just robbed him than you did." The other 2 defendants admitted the same charge. Mr. Dewewal, 22, of Brookside, Great Barr, was jailed for 2 years and 4 months. Inderjot Singh, 21, of Fordington Place, Warwick, was handed a sentence of 3 years and 1 month. Referring to the death of Mr. Purewal, he said, "I have seen the CCTV footage. He died at the scene. It was a senseless loss of young life." So what are your thoughts about this brutal robbery of a 19-year-old by a 5-man group to rob him of his motorbike, with things escalating and ending in the death of Mr. Purewal? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for joining us, and until next time, stay safe.